You don't need too much money to enjoy this December. You just need $8 and watch this video to the end, and basically you are set for life. So how do you layer entries from this point to this point and get your account from $8 to 100k? So guys, this is very simple, but we have to go through 4 steps. That's it, 4 steps, and your goal is very simple. But before that, I got this result for my students and I use their results to make videos. So every flip I do, I use it to do video. And if you want your video to be the next video I'm going to post, or you want your family to enjoy this December, this Christmas, and you don't want to be born next year, click link in the description, message me. Only the fastest person gets my help. It's very simple. You see that point there, this point I circle, that's where we are going to be buying at. It's basically as simple as that. And why are we going to be buying at that point? Basically in 4 steps I'm going to be showing you why, and we are going to buy from this low and to this high there, if you even want to stand a chance of taking that your small pony shit to something huge. Because if you don't swing trade, you will never get result like that. So one thing you need is that you want to make sure your zone is supported by a weekly structure. I do not see H4 structure, I do not see 1D structure, I do not see H1 structure, I see weekly structure. If you're gonna be looking for H4 structure and be trading it with your account, you will blow your account. So now that we are on daily time frame, from the weekly now we have gone to the daily time frame. What do you see? Open your eye very well, because if you don't see this stuff in your next trade, you will miss big profit. If you look at that point there, what do you see? You see W pattern there. It's crazy, bro. And that point there is the sweet spot that we want to finesse, and I'm going to be showing you how. But basically most people now, when they see this W pattern, they'll just enter at that point there and then target that high there. But this is just like 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. This is never gonna get you anything good in life. Do you want to be a peasant? You want to be like all those aboki that are hawking paper up and down, or those people that are wearing white collar, they are opening the gates for people that are like us that want to go and buy Rolex? No, you don't want to be like that, man. And even if you are like those people, say this video like this, if you understand the strategy very well, you change your life, and you will even be the one sacking that your boss. You will slap your boss safe, and then you are not even doing that rubbish work again. So number 2 is that you want to make sure this liquidity point there, you are not even looking to trade this point there, or you are not looking to trade around this point, because this is actually a trap. You don't want to invest that your small amount of profit in all these kind of gambling setups. No, like most people, they'll be like, oh, let me just take down my $1, let me use it this kind of setup to go to like $5, and then before the real move come, I would already go to this thing. No, it's like you have one bullet. That bullet like this is that point, that circle that I told you guys. That's where you want to use it. You don't want to use it anywhere. If you use it anywhere, like all this kind of setup here, you would blow your accounts. I know what I'm saying. You will blow your account. So basically, if you look at that point there was a break of structure there, and that's our first sign that the trend is shifting. But this is not enough. If they have a reason that price cannot break structure there and then start going down, that's happened a lot of times like this. That you, like those kind of setup like this, blows a lot of people accounts. But since we saw like 3 candles there, this means the probability to like 70% win rate, or probability that price is going to go up, but you still need more confidence. So basically that's the third confirmation. 1, 2, 3 retest improves your win rate, but still there's still an opposition at that point there, and that's what caused price to drop at that point there. So instead of looking to trade around this point, you want to wait for price to take out that second opposition, that one that is at the high there. That's basically it. Price will come down, you will grab liquidity, and then when you grab liquidity, what do you want to do? You want to enter. Very simple. And if you look at that point there, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this stuff very well, because this is going to be mind blowing. And all this kind of move like this, they only occur once in a while. And if you look at that point there, you can see that price literally respected that volume part of that candle there. It respected the high first, you can see, respected the high, and then came down after taking out that high there to respect the volume side of the candle, which is where the buy is at. Basically, you do not expect the wick, it will not go down to the test at the wick. Instead, you just kiss the volume part of that candle to regroup, get more buy orders, be sell orders, or anybody that is buying or selling. Some people are even be selling this to get more orders and started going up, and you can see another pattern, another confirmation happen. 1, 2, 3 retest, and that one just finalized your entry. Basically, at this moment in time, your entry is literally perfect. But there is one mistake most people are gonna make that you don't want to make here. Most people are still gonna, enter early, which is like they're gonna enter on H4 time frame, like set that low point, that low of that candle as their stop loss point. If price goes lower than this point, they would close their trade and the likes of that. And then they're going to miss out on taking that their 8 bucks to 100k. That's basically it. You don't want to be too rash or too fast or trying to get the stuff very fast. No, instead you want to ignore all this rubbish zone, all these retests and the likes of that. Although you can use this as a confirmation, to like for future retest, but I doubt that price is gonna go lower and retest at that point there. So you need to do something else instead of entering at this point there. You set your stop loss here and then targeting that point there. Although this is like a 1 to 6 or 1 to 7 or 1 to 5 risk reward, but this is not going to really give you that bars I'm talking about. And you guys know the bars I'm talking about, the one that will change your life ASAP. And all this kind of move that will change your life that once is the only one bullet you need to fire. You don't want to waste time. Those kind of setup can wait for weeks, months to get them, but if you get them once, your life will change for life. Like you are never gonna be in the situation you were before. So now we're on each one time frame. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna refine our entry there, and if you look at that point there, I mark the volume point of that candle. So basically you can literally enter at that point there, like around that volume point of that candle. But if you look at that point there, the stop loss was still too big there. Although for some people it's going to be tiny, but it is still too big. This is more of like 5 or 10 pip stop loss and the likes of that. And although the price expected it perfectly, you can see the retouch, the retest and the likes of that, and you can literally enter here and the likes of that. No, I would not advise you to enter there. And even if you are going to enter on H1 time frame, I would advise you to enter at least at that tiny volume candle there. You can see that this one is much more tinier than the previous one. You can see it's sweet volume candle there. You can literally enter there, or you can even refine that volume candle to even make it much more crazy and like go and look at it. But if you look at that point, price actually liquidated the volume candle before coming back to retest on it, because the market movers, they know that a lot of people are going to try to buy another volume candle. So that's why they liquidated it first and then came back to retest on it. So basically your one bullet is gone. That's why you don't want to be gambling on all this H1 setup or entry. Instead, you want to go to lower time frame instead of gambling on all these entries here. Although there's multiple re-entries and the likes of that, but all these re-entries would not give you what you want. You need to get all those tiny entries that you'll be knocking like one lot size. That's if you're using unlimited leverage. You'll be able to open any amount of lot size on any amount of like that's in your broker. Even if it's $1, you can open like one lot size on it. But if you don't have drawdown, the stuff will enter, and basically if price just spikes up immediately, you'll be in profit. So what you want to do now is that you want to get a very tiny sniper lower time frame entry, and then we're going to ride it to the top there. But before you do that, you need to have a supporting structure, so a point whereby you know that price is not going to go lower down. And if you look at that point there, that point here, this point here fits the description very well. So we don't want to expect that price is not going to go below this point. So all the re-entries and all our entries, we are going to structure them around this point here. So how do you structure your entries and re-entries around this point here? Basically, when price is test at that point there, if you look at that point there, you see something like a liquidity before price touch that red line there. And then what happened again? What do you see? You can see that price expected that tiny demand zone there. It is very simple, and most people might even call it a breakout block. And basically, you want to enter at 50% of the breakout block, which price expected, and ignored the 100% of the breakout block. And what do you see price do after price retest on it? Price started going up, and basically that's just one entry at 50%, and this trade literally ran. If you look at the second one there, you can layer in another entry there. What do you see price do? Price literally respected this entry, like literally at 50%, even went lower than 50%. So even if your spread is giving you some fucked up entries, you will still get good confidence. And it was even backed up by liquidity, which is a very good confidence there. Like, look at this one too. Price perfectly respected 50% of that structure. And then for my strongest confirmation, that point there, that's what we call a volume gap. If your point or your entry has a gap within those candles and price is coming to retest on it, just know that that entry is gone, or that trade is gone, like it's going. That's basically it. And what do you see price do? You can see that was my strongest confidence there. There was gap there, space between this candle, and you can see that price came to retest at that point there. And if you have entered at that point, you can see price ran to the top. So this is like 3 entries in just one move. And imagine if you are hitting strong left sides, like you are just leveraging as you go, leveraging, which is basically what you would need to do to get this result. You would have gotten insane profit on this trade there. So basically, if you want results like this, click link in the description, message me on Telegram, and I'll help you achieve this next week. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.